In the previous episode, I sailed into the quarantine anchorage in Carriacou and started my quarantine time towards a PCR test to prove I'm free from COVID. I have done this exercise a few times now, so it's nothing new, and to be honest, things is a bit easier sailing around now than a year ago. Different governments know more what to do, and as a sailor you know more what to expect. Grenada demands a COVID test latest 72 hours upon arrival and a pre-clearance to enter. As I had a stopover in Beckway, my PCR test from Martinique was no older than 72 hours, and when I cleared out of Martinique, I planned for Bonaire and Curaçao. Clearing in or out of Martinique is self-service and only costs between 3 to 5 euros depending on where you do it. And PCR tests are for free, so it's pretty convenient and easy for a sailor. Because of changed plans and also not being cleared in or out from Beckway, I arrived Carriacou on a Friday, giving me a few extra days in quarantine as the PCR test is only done Mondays and Wednesdays. Here you have to prepay for the PCR test and it costs whopping 130 euros. Clearing in costs 20 euros and can only be done after received a negative test, approximately 48 hours after the test is done. In my case this will be test on Monday and hopefully out of quarantine Wednesday, giving me around 5 days in quarantine. It's not the worst place to be in a quarantine, but it's weird. As soon as you are not allowed to do anything, you don't feel free. It drives me nuts, and I posted this Instagram video from my party for one. I guess you get the point. Party for one to kill some time after I was done with everything I needed to do. When I sailed north towards Martinique from Carriacou 6 months ago, I did not expect to be back here in a while. I had planned just a short stop in Martinique, and then my plan was non-stop Panama from Martinique. I guess I have proved several things last 12 months, that I'm sailing without a schedule and that I should stop telling about my plans. Luckily, I have earlier explained how real long-distance sailors write their schedule on the sand at low tide. Finally, it's Monday morning and I was expecting an email telling me when to go ashore for my test like last time. Luckily, my Swedish friends here sent me a message that I should listen to the VHF channel 16, and they were right. Shortly after, I was called and asked to come for a test. I got the temporary permission to stay here, but have to wait for the test result on Wednesday before I'm allowed to clear in. Having your boat full of food and beverage is a good idea sailing nowadays, as you never know when, or in my case sometimes even where I can see a grocery store again. I'm not complaining and I have the best view you can get, so tomorrow I'm hopefully out of the quarantine. A bit surprising to get my PCR results over the VHF, but it's how they do it here. Mine was negative as expected, and I was now allowed to see the customs and immigrations to clear in. I had used the online service SailClear, so they already have all my documents and my very short crew list. I got my approval and are now legal guest in their beautiful group of islands. So as you can hear, engine is running and I'm preparing to move the boat. So that means only one thing. Be free is free. I'm checked in to Carriacou and I'm allowed to move my boat from the queue anchorage to the new anchorage. It's actually been pretty nice out here, a little bit rolly, especially when the ferries do their really close passage now and then. But all in all, it's been really nice to be here. It depends a little bit when you arrive here, how long quarantine you have. So because they don't do the PCR test every day, and I arrived in the weekends, I had to wait for the Monday morning for the PCR test, and then it's 48 hours to get an answer, but it took like 42 hours or so. So yeah, I'm out. Not a very big difference in location or my view, but the feeling of being free and allowed to go ashore to meet my friends is just awesome. The last time I was here, I did not even have time to visit the famous Paradise Beach, so the first thing as a free man again was to check out this beautiful place. Here you will find one of the most beautiful beaches at Carriacou, and you can even see Sandy Island from here. Among sailors, I think it's most famous for being the place to paint your boat's name and to get it on the wall while enjoying a beer or two. Definitely a bit touristic, but also a bit fun, as I could spot lots of familiar boats already on this wall of fame. For sure a great gimmick from this bar. However, paint and wood is given for free and even fair price on food and beverage. Food here, by the way, is pretty good, as well as its view and atmosphere. There is some things you cannot escape just because you're sailing, and that's normal life things as cleaning and laundry. I try to keep my routine of doing this every Friday, as I believe it's a good thing. And having a full-size laundry machine on board is highly recommended. It just makes things so easy living aboard. However, my advice is to buy one with a dryer as well. Even though Carriacou is supposed to be safe from hurricanes, it can happen. Seeing how they store yachts on the hard is a good reminder that it can be rough here as well. And last August, when I was here, a hurricane was pretty close. Moving around in Carriacou is pretty easy and affordable. It costs less than €1 to take these small buses that runs constantly. And today I was just going happy be lucky and see where I end up and enjoy more of Carriacou. It's a bit funny to realize the fact that even though I love to explore a country, and in this case an island, I always end up close to shore or on a beach. It's not like I'm not interested in architecture or culture, but more like the main reason for why I'm a sailor. Without thinking about it, the ocean have a so strong connection to me, it's like I'm just walking towards the sound of waves without even thinking about it. But then again, on a tiny island like Carriacou, the ocean is never far away anyway. So I decided to be a bit lazy today and have an early dinner at this charming place before making my way back home. Another beautiful day have come to its end here in paradise, and it feels great to be back, even though this was not my original plan. Last time I was here in this part of the Caribbean, I was not so productive in video making as I just had too much fun. This time I'm sure it will also be lots of fun, but I'm gonna try to be better than last time and share more. But now I'm gonna jump on a bus to meet Zach and his cousin that took the ferry from Grenada to Carriacou.
And cheers, brother and sister.
If you have watched my earlier episode 2020 in 20 minutes, you already know I had the honor of being in Simone and Zach's wedding last time I was in Grenada. But for now I'm still in Carriacou and my painted sign is dry and ready to be displayed.
So we're gonna put up the Be Free sign on the brand new bar. I think it's a perfect place for Be Free. So just gonna get the screws off. True sailor. so much for watching. Be healthy, stay safe, and take care. Cheers.
Things are moving along.